Start recording. And that
Hi,
is,
hi, Selena.
hi Victoria, hi Lisa.
Hi, Lisa.
Hiya.
Hi, Lee.
Hai
Hi,
Lima chào
good to
Liên
see
chưa?
you. Nice to see you, my ladies. Tonight we're starting with the pink ray. So we've got loads to do. So hopefully people will start coming in because I'm not going to be able to, I don't think there'll be time to see how the meditations are for everybody. So we're just going to sort of go straight into it all. But there's not many on. I wonder. Um, so I'll ask, how has it been for you working with Lord Lanta? Lord Lanta, have you noticed a different Victoria?
Not as much as with Elmoira the first
Yeah.
week, but that's, I believe, because of everything that's been happening this last week. Honestly, it threw me right off my game, Selena.
But it's funny that we've worked with, so Elvira was the
Yes,
power, was the truth, was boundaries, it's the Emperor card. And
calm
then last
strength.
week we had Lord Lanta, who is spiritual lessons to learn from everything that happens,
Yes,
which I think everybody
yes.
has. It's like you were saying, it's learn, use your spiritual tools, is that the lesson that comes from it? So
And I've been carrying around the mantra, or I think it's a Lord Lanto, may my mind be illuminated by truth, guided by wisdom, and grounded in presence. So I've kept that with me, and I've had it on my altar with my little gold Buddha and my tiger's eye. I have a little tiger's eye with gold. It's a little ring, and I'd been wearing that to remind me constantly,
lovely.
to just kind of connect to a more divine way of thinking. That's what I've
Uh,
been really trying to work on this last week, especially. So I've been using the combination of both weeks. Yes, as you were just saying, first, I needed that strength from week one and then tapping into that divine wisdom of week two.
Week
So,
two.
yeah.
Lovely. Lovely. Lovely to see you, Gordana.
Hi,
And
Hi,
Gordana.
everybody.
to see you
Hello.
all.
Hello.
So I'm going to start because I've got a lot to get through because we're going to work with the Ascended Master Paul the Venetian with the pink ray. And also, we're going to work with the Archangel Chamuel, who works with him. But I would like to also focus on the threefold flame. So we've got a couple of things to go through. So instead of being able to have a chat and see how the meditations are, we're just going to be working tonight. So what we've got, and we've got the Ascended Master, Paul the Venetian, and I've got a picture of him. I hope will come up, and I've made these. Um, Let me see if I can share this. These are quite incredible. So this is an AI image, and can you see it on your screen now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they're fantastic, aren't they? I mean, I don't really believe
Awesome.
that. So this is because it's got all the contributes of the love, the beauty, creativity of the pink ray. However, because Paul the Venetian, it sort of more like brings up a more dark-haired, dark person, really, Latino. Rather than this blonde god with the rose. But there you go. It's great. I thought, oh my God, you could make your own tarot cards, couldn't you? So that's who we're working with tonight. He represents the pink ray of love, creativity, and beauty, and is aligned with the heart center, with all the pink. So he helps us understand and he helps us understand to change the energy into love. So, it's like we've been saying, the power of the El Moira, learning sort of lessons, then understanding the lesson, which is what we've done with Lord Lanto, and now coming into the Paul the Venetian, who's making you understand with love. So it's like it's like a ongoing. It's not how I actually planned it, but the things that have all been going on have actually put these things into practice.
Yes.
So he helps us understand and to help us walk our path wisely and to follow our heart and our judgment. So he encourages us to seek sort of holiness, time to let go of ego, materialism, and to live with humanity. His robes are said to be white, trimmed with gold, but you may feel him differently because he's related to the heart. You may feel that green love sometimes, or more the gold. But he is known for being the for the pink ray. And sometimes if you imagine yourself dressed like that, so I put what was my closest to pink robes and a jazzy. I don't know whether he would have, but I thought, yeah, you never know. But it helps us reconnect to the holiness of life and our true purpose rather than the material need of life. Um, so he, as I say, he wears sometimes robes of emerald green and pink. I don't see him with emerald green because I always feel a softer, almost like rose quartz color that comes in with him. But everybody may see him differently. He is here to work with those who see the world through the eyes of love, as well as those who are creative and inspiring. So connecting with him, if you're creative, will help bring through that creativity, because when we work doing art or whatever our craft is, even if it's when we work with our hands, tarot reading, whatever it is, healing, when we work with love, he'll also come through because he's coming through with love. um his etheric retreat is the Chateau de Liberté in France, which lies in the etheric plane over southern France. So it's got a very sort of French theme to it, which is why some of the images that you see don't really look like French reincarnation of a French guy because he's very blonde. There's a deck of cards that have quite a lot of ascended master images, and I think his name is Carl Gray. He's Gray, something Gray. He's a Scottish guy that connects a lot with angels and also ascended masters, but Kai Gray, that's what he's called. So he has a deck of tarot cards with ascended masters, but again, they look a little bit like we could create our own with the AI. So in Atlantis, he served as the head of culture affairs. So this would establish connections between continents and their inhabitants. And he oversaw relations between different royal families of Atlantis. So he was there to establish relationships. In Egypt, he was the master of esoteric architecture. So often, when you work with him, you may feel like pyramids, and when you're connecting, you may see sort of sacred geometry. Images coming through. But his final embodiment, and what's he sort of known more as, is Paolo Veronese, who was a Renaissance painter born in Verona, Italy. And he was a master artist. And you can look up his paintings online, but they were created with this love. And there's quite a lot that go through with that you can look up online more about his incarnations. We're going to head on to more about his energy. So the essence really is the artistic expression, compassion, and divine love, especially through form. So everything you're drawing and creating comes through with this love. The crystals that you can work with him is obviously the rose quartz, the pink stone, which is going to help the pure heart activation. So when you listen to the replay and we do the activation, you can have some rose quartz in your hand if you have it. If not, there is pink tourmaline, which I don't think I've got, but it's emotional healing through creative flow. And there's
Mm.
morganite, which is unconditional love and beauty alignment. But any of them, I mean, although they all have their vibrational frequency, if we're using them to enable us to connect to Paul the Venetian, and letting that energy come down, I think he will come down as however
Mm.
he wants it to, rather than us worrying about what pink stone. So for me, it's just anything pink. And it's nice this week I'll be working with, I've got a little rose quartz, I think it is pink, pendulum. And so it's anything pink, which is just Missy's
Mm.
which is just Missy's colour, so she'll be getting all her pink bits out. Um, so it actually says, I love this bit, but he lived as Palau di Florenza, this artist whose brush strokes carried whispers of divine ecstasy, and his paintings opened art, and art was prayer. When he died, they say his final canvases bloomed with roses overnight. So his sort of essence with this is love is creation and beauty is love made visible. But that beauty isn't just beauty of, looking good. It's beauty within things we create, or the way we act, and what we bring into the world, how we act with other people and what we do. Um, so I've got another booklet with a lot of information in, so I'm not going to go through it all because you can read it for yourself. But really, it's all about, he works really, if you're in need of emotion, this is banging on my tabletop now, every time I go bum, bum, bum. But if you're in need of emotional healing, you need help to learn to communicate with compassion. You need to sort of feed back into your energy because you've been abandoned, or you've abandoned yourself. And you need to love. There is a meditation that I don't think we'll get time for today, but I will do another time. And it's really, again, when you connect with, there's so much going on in the world. You only have to put the TV on, or there's so much in all of the countries. There seems to be sort of this bedlam going on, and you think, oh my God, this is so chaotic. So if that gets overwhelming, you can connect into the pink flame, because he will help you see the world through love, so you can see through the divine, and you can see the world through love, because and then that will have that ripple effect. Instead of us going down and arguing because it's wrong with some of the things that are happening, instead of us getting angry and then that ripple goes out, what we'll be able to see is be able to see beyond it, to see love, to see perhaps the spiritual. And it's very hard to see, but to see that there is going to be things happen because of divine will normally, and so we'll be able to see the love, or look
Mm.
beyond the things that are happening, and so we stay in love, and then we help that peace vibe go out. So it can help within relationships, within your work, within your art, just becoming a more loving person. So if you've got, even within tarot readings, if you know you've got to deliver a harsh message, or within mediumship, and you've got somebody who's really upset, as you bring the message through, connecting will help you deliver your words, or will help sort of enhance your words with love. And so as you deliver them, it's a bit like when you send Reiki or healing, the words are charged with this love vibration. And for someone, I know Lee does a lot of artistry work, so she does anyway, but as you connect, that vibration will go through into your art, or into your writing, into your readings. So it's a way to then express love. So it is lovely energy to work with. It can show up. It can show up in your life by you being more capable to resolve issues with love instead of getting angry. It can make you more increased to other people's energies. And it can make you really, when you look at a painting and it can, I want to cry, it can make you become quite touched because you can feel the energy in the picture, or the words, you could read a piece of poetry or something and actually feel it in your heart. So it comes through with this. And if you balance it, it means that you won't be too emotional dependent. You won't be over giving. It will bring this balance in. So he restores balance by teaching love with clarity. So if you're in a relationship where you're doing everything, it's like the penny will drop and you think, hang on a minute, just because I love this person, I don't need to do everything for them. So there will be that sort of clarity that comes through. And there's some ways in the book, there's some reflective questions, and there's also how you can use him in everyday practice. But what we're going to do is we are going to do a meditation to connect, and I don't know where it is. Send a master, fine. That's it. I've got about 4 meditations because I was thinking, oh, I want to do that one and that one. And I thought, no way, there's not time for it all. But what we're going to do, first of all, is experience the pink ray, because then we're going to move on to an exercise where we experience 3. Okay. So what we're going to do is just get a little bit settled so we can have the initiation of meeting the Ascended Master, Paul the Venetian. So just get nice and comfortable. I'm going to make sure you're muted. And I'm going to see I've got WhatsApp on there. So let's get rid of that. Okay. So if you just like to take a deep breath with me now, and we're just calling in and creating this sacred space, calling in the Ascended Masters to create a ring around us to help hold our energy safe and secure, so we receive what we need throughout this initiation and class tonight. We can feel our guardian angels and the angels coming nearer, coming closer. And so if you just take a deep breath and allow yourself just to soften into your body. Allow your hands to rest softly. And take 3 slow, steady breaths as you just come in to yourself, to this moment in time, present in your mind, body, and soul. With every exhale, you just release the tension of the day. And within each inhale, just invite the peace and presence and come into your heart space. And we're just going to set the intention for everybody that's in the group and watching the replay. I open to the refinement of love, harmony, and grace within my own consciousness. And now we can just feel building up around us this soft rose-colored light that starts to begin to glow around you. You feel it around your feet, and it's almost like you're receiving a massage up your body as the energy that starts to become thicker, heavier, and you can feel the energy just moving up like an energetic massage. Gentle, warm, steady, not overwhelming, not demanding. And this pink engulfs you. And you feel the energy around you, all around your body. And it starts to glow. And with each breath, you feel it entering into your body, following the breath down into your lungs, and then from the lungs going all through your body until you're totally engulfed and totally full of this pink vibrational ray of divine love and harmony. You feel it surround your body like a field of compassion, meeting you exactly where you are. As the light deepens, notice your breath becoming slower, your heart softer, your awareness more spacious. Within this rose light, sense a calm, refined present. Paul the Venetian appears not as an authority above you, but as a teacher beside you, composed, attentive, and quietly radiant. His energy feels like kindness, love, and beauty. You may sense him as a figure, a feeling, or just a knowing. Just allow his presence to stabilize the heart and allow him to place his hand on your heart. And he begins to transmit understanding through the field of the heart. You may become aware of these energies around you. Divine love, love that's present, balanced, and self-respecting. Grace, the ability to move through life with ease and emotional intelligence. Beauty, harmony within emotion, thought, and relationship. Refinement, love expressed with clarity rather than reactivity. Feel these qualities gently organizing the emotional body around you and the emotional energy that runs through your meridians, your heart line, your lungs, your kidneys, spleen, throat, where the emotions sit and the emotions can block. We feel these emotions softening. We feel areas where there's been blocks, where love was replaced by pain or grief. There's no need to release anything forcefully. The pink ray refines by softening, not by removing. If there are emotional memories, relationships, or patterns that feel tender or unresolved, allow them to rest in the rose light. The Ascended Master Paul does not analyze or judge them. Instead, compassion brings understanding. Understanding brings peace. Notice as you're embraced within this energy, any emotional tension loosening as harmony replaces effort. The Ascended Master now places a gentle focus at the center of your heart. This is not an imprint or obligation. It's an invitation to resonance. And we silently affirm, I choose to express love with grace, clarity, and harmony. Feel the pink ray stabilizing within you, becoming accessible in daily life, in how you speak, listen, respond, and relate. The connection is not dependent on this moment. It lives through choice and practice. And just sit with this energy for a moment. Master Paul steps back, not leaving, but trusting that this ray is now active within you. The rose light gently settles into your heart and aura, becoming subtle and calm. And take a slow breath in and feel your body and steady your presence. Offer your gratitude, not as devotion, but as a recognition of alignment. Love expressed with grace becomes a force of quiet transformation. And you can carry the pink ray into your interactions, your creativity, and your relationships. You can return to this moment anytime you wish to restore harmony and fill up the heart. This initiation is complete when love is lived and you live with love. To embody this in your practice every day, you can just pause in a moment when you're doing things. Feel your feet on the ground and soften your body, and take a breath through your heart and bring your awareness to your chest, and imagine the soft rose color light glowing there, calm, warm, and steady. The light does not push outward, it simply radiates harmony. And in this moment that you can take every day, you can affirm, I choose to express love with grace and clarity today. And then perhaps in daily reflection, you can ask, how can love move through me today without force or self-sacrifice? You don't need to plan. You just need to work with the intention to connect with love. And you can ask the pink ray to inform you how to speak, listen, and respond. You just have to bring this pause, this awareness into your day. and feel the rose light settle naturally in your heart and posture. No effort, no intensity, just quiet alignment. Love expressed gently becomes harmony lived. So you can return to this practice whenever you feel rushed, disconnected, reactive. The pink ray is embodied not through meditation alone, but through everyday grace. And love expressed with grace restores harmony within and around me. And the pink ray integrates through repetition, sincerity, and gentle presence. And we can affirm that love flows through me without force or self-sacrifice. And then very gently, just start to bring yourself back into the moment, back into the room, and just back here. Okay. And just take a little moment to perhaps note down anything that you felt, anything you need to do. And I'm not going to disturb the vibe by coming round to talk to everybody at the moment. What we're going to do is just take a moment to just write down your experience, and then we're just going to move on to a little exercise. Okay, not getting up and jumping around the room, but a little drawing exercise. Okay. So what we're going to look at now, I'll ask you about your experiences towards the end, but I know there's quite a lot to move through, so I don't want to take you out of this vibration. So what we have now connected to are three rays. So we have the blue flame that we first connected to, which is the will and power of God. And this represents that when we feel the power of the divine within us, we become self-knowing. We know who we really are and what we need to do to get the most out of this earthly incarnation. The blue flame gives us the strength to accomplish tasks and to carry on when times are tough. It brings the driving force through stamina and energy and drive to get things done. And there is also practicality about it that's sort of problem solving. We then looked at the yellow flame, which is the right to use knowledge of all kinds based on the principle of truth. So it's the flame of divine wisdom. And this enables us to process, learn, and understand information from the world around us. We learn with divine wisdom in our heart. And then when we do that, we're guided by the right words. And we're spirit-led or divinely led when we live with the wisdom and we follow the wisdom in our heart. Then we're guided by the right words and thoughts, and then we discover the truth of our world. Then we are able to see each other the oneness, the connection, and we learn not to judge and discriminate against each other. It's also about intellect and having a thirst for knowledge. So it goes to the mental thinking body. The pink flame, which is what we're connecting with today, represents the nature of God, love, devotion, and compassion, focusing on inner beauty and the ability to then, it'll enable us to express love of all kinds. So if you're connected with the pink flame, it's not just about love, it's how we can relate that love, how we touch people with love, and how we affect people with the love. So these three flames together, the three rays, make up the threefold flame. I'm going to show you, if I can, a picture. So you can see, and again, there's a lot on the internet about the threefold flame. There's lots that will say threefold flame initiation. Oh my word, it's hard to get those words out. The threefold flame initiation. This particular threefold flame is the yellow, the pink, and the blue, which is what we are now all connecting to. We all have this divine spark within us. And so okay. So what we want to do, we have the divine spark within us all. So we all have the love, wisdom, and power. When you initiate or when you focus on the threefold flame inside your heart, you can then let it grow so you embody these energies more, and that will lead to or guide you to spiritual growth and to bring all these aspects of or energies of the flame, the frequency of the flame into, so you have the spiritual growth, the spiritual fulfillment, bringing in more balance and enriching your life. So what we're going to do today is we are going to do a little exercise, because again, with things, you can't just suddenly say, okay, well, I've invoked the flame. I am now a loving person. I am now a powerful person. You know, it's something that we work with every day, you know, and with this quick exercise, there's ways that you can, if you wish to, balance this every day, especially if you notice there's a real imbalance. So what we're going to do is, what we're going to do is we're going to draw three flames. If you're on it, if people watching on the replay, or when you have more time, you can do it sort of more creatively with the colors. At the moment, just so we learn, we can just draw three flames, yeah, I'm just drawing them like that. Underneath, you could put perhaps the blue, the yellow, and the pink. Instead of, you know, when you're on your own, you can make a nice picture with it and do things like that. But for now, we're just going to use this because this is a technique that will help you balance. So you can draw three large flames, blue, yellow, pink. And then what you want to think about is the energies of each flame, and write down in each flame. We don't have to go really deep into this now. You can just think of a couple of the qualities. It's just for you. Don't have to share anything, but you can write down the qualities that you already have for each flame. So, and you can just be really honest, because you don't have to share it with anyone. So in the blue, you can put, yes, I've got the power. I always speak my truth. I've got a lot of will and stamina, energy, strength, mental strength. I can solve problems. With the yellow flame, you're looking at where how you can process divine wisdom, how you learn from the world around. how you process things, how you are guided and discover the truths of the world, how you learn without judgment. And then with the pink flame, it's about love, devotion, compassion, inner beauty, and how you can touch people. So we're looking now at the qualities that you have. And as I say, you can just write a couple down because this is something you can do with more time on the replay. And once you've, let me give you a couple more. Okay. All right. And once you've written down a little bit about what you have got, what we're going to do is this is all about expanding and balancing. So if you've written perhaps in under the blue flame, you know, I have a lot of willpower, I stand in my truth. And in perhaps the yellow, you know, I really understand and can process the lessons I'm being shown. And in the pink one, you could say, you know, I share my love with everyone. If you already know you've got these properties or these frequencies, what we're going to do is just tune into the threefold flame within our heart and balance this flame with what you have got. Okay, so it will help to expand, and what it then does is this threefold flame will balance your head and your heart. Okay, and it expands the flame. So we've all got the spark inside of us. If we've never really noticed it before or focused on it, it could just be little tiny spots of these colors. And then we're just going to keep expanding. And if you do it daily, you'll become more perhaps connected and it will expand and expand. And again, it will bring you that spiritual balance and it will increase your ability to heal yourself and others. So just with having the paper in front of you, you can just close your eyes and focus on the sparks inside your heart. And just feel in with your intention within your heart to the threefold flame. And we can just ask for the presence of the beloved El Moira, beloved Lord Lanto, beloved Master Paul, and we ask them to help you balance the threefold flame within you. Beloved Ascended Masters, teach me the way of the divine. Balance the threefold flame within my heart. I am love. I am wisdom. I am power. I am love. I am wisdom. I am power. I am love. I am wisdom. I am power. And then visualize the three flames within your heart glowing brightly and moving their size, bringing in balance. And just sit in the energy and feel in what you notice. Maybe a little bit of a shift happening. And then just bring your focus back into the room, back into the room. And you may want to write down anything that you felt and what flame you felt moved or whatever you experienced. And you can just take a little note. We're just going to stay in this energy for a moment because we're going to do okay. And then when you're ready, what I'd like you to do is draw again the three flames, but this time you're going to focus. So draw the same sort of outline as the flame and perhaps just put the B, the Y, and the P at the bottom so you know their color. And then you're going to focus on the characteristics that you're lacking, the ones that you feel you want to develop that relate to each flame. Or if you don't feel that there's, if it's just one, if you just feel, well, I just need strength and power and to get in touch with my truth. If you just feel there's one that you need to work on, just write down in one. But if not, you can do this for each of the flames and just see and feel in to what you can be lacking. Love, compassion, inner beauty, ability to uplift others, self-love. Just write down just a couple of thoughts that you have that come in. Okay. And then if you're ready, as I say, you'll have more time to do this. And it'd be easier when you sit alone and just really feel into it. And the more you do it, the more insights and the more you'll feel, okay, the more we do this. So once again, you can just close your eyes and put your intention, even your hand on your heart, and just go back to that place with your breath. Go back into feeling, to seeing, experiencing where the sparks of flame are within your heart, just connecting in. Breathe into the flames. And then once again, we're just going to connect or ask them to step closer because they are already here. And we just ask for the presence, the strength, the energy of Lord Lanto, El Moira, and Master Paul. We ask them to step closer. And as they step closer, perhaps we can feel their hands or their energy focused or being pushed into these different flames. Beloved Lord Lanto, beloved Elmoira, beloved Master Paul, Master of the blue flame, Master of the pink flame, Master of the golden flame. Teach me the way of the divine. Feed the threefold flame within my heart. Bring me the energy that I need. Feed the flame within my heart. I am love. I am wisdom. I am power. I am love. I am wisdom. I am power. I am love. I am wisdom. I am power. And as you do this, just visualize the flames growing and expanding and burning brighter. You may get thoughts or insight as to what you need to do to expand these qualities, or they may come later to you. You may feel the insights coming in. You may feel one flame move differently as you recognize what action you need to take, what habit you need to change. See, feel, and know how to grow these spiritual attributes within you. And if you don't receive the insights now, they may come to you later. And then we can just give our thanks and ask for the insight to come through in a way that we can understand later, and know that you can come back to do this exercise again and again as the threefold flame lives within us all, and we just have to bring our attention to it more and more for the spiritual growth, fulfillment, and to live a more balanced and spiritual life. Then just take a deep breath in and release the energy. And then just come back into the room, into the room. And just perhaps write down anything that you have felt. You may, with the blue flame, being given that you have to make better boundaries or step into leadership or to have more courage. With the golden flame, perhaps more clear thinking, patience, insight. And with the pink flame, maybe more kindness or emotional balance. So just take a moment to write any insights down. Okay. So the sort of what we're aiming for is the balance is the key. This is what is bringing what the flames that we've worked with, the masters we've worked for, And it sort of teaches us that no single quality is meant to dominate. You know, if we're too loving, then we perhaps don't have the healthy boundaries. If our boundaries are too strong, as maybe we don't accept or receive love. If we do, you know, so it's having that balance. And I see it almost, although I see the flame, it's funny, what I see is the infinity symbol as it flows, and I can feel it more in my throat. So even though this is balancing the head and the heart, the emotional and the mental body more than anything, I always see it as that sort of the figure eight, and it comes in different energy colors, you know, but that's what it's doing. It's balancing. So one emotion, one frequency doesn't dominate. And this is something that then power without love becomes control, wisdom without love becomes cold, and love without wisdom becomes self-sacrifice, which I think is beautiful to bring in that balance. And it talks about where we're aiming for is spiritual growth. So this talks about when you balance the threefold flame. So that means that instead of what we are doing is connecting each week with one ascended master. But what we're also doing now is sort of being able to connect with the three. And we're aiming for this balance between all of the lessons that they've brought us. So you can work perhaps every day within Paul, doing the affirmations in the morning, or bringing in a short meditation that's within the booklet. But then you can sort of sit down and work with the threefold flame to bring in this true mastery when love, wisdom, and will all operate together. So it brings in that balance. And then this balance is geared to then bring the spiritual insights to then be embodied within action. And so you know, you can actually feel the emotions and then use them, if that makes sense. Just think if there's anything else you need to know. So the threefold flame then is strengthened through daily choices, acting with integrity, seeking understanding, and responding with compassion. So you can sort of say, centering in your intention, may my actions be guided by will, wisdom, and love in balance. And so that way you can sort of connect in. And sometimes in our daily life, we may have something that comes along that we don't really know how to react to, or we don't know if we practice the pause, we think, well, how should I react? What do I do? And if we pause and just with our breath and our intention, drop our intention into the threefold flame and just ask, may my actions be guided by will, wisdom, and love in balance. And then you may find the answer, or you can pull a card, but it helps you tap into your wisdom. And again, it's another tool for you to know your wisdom. So you're not looking at external sources to give you the answer. You understand it yourself, or you begin to understand it yourself. And it's a very simple step to do, just stepping into that sort of energy where you connect, and then you can make your own affirmations, your own incantations to connect up. And if you keep a journal, which is really important, I think, at the moment, so you then know what, when we've been working with Paul, Ascended Master Paul, El Moira, then you can really just see what different energies bring in. So it is something that it is really, you'll get more and more out of it the more and more you do it. It's a bit like everything, whether it's Reiki or meditation or sitting in the power, the more you do it, the more comes in. So I'm just going to go forward a little bit before talking to you all about ghosts, because if not, we lose time, so much time. So I want to go into talking a little bit about the Ascended Master Paul as we know, we've spoken about, he's the divine, he's the pink ray, love and harmony, divine love, grace, beauty, healing emotional wounds. So Paul, his energy really works because he embodies love expressed through beauty, art, and the heart, and his energy is gentle and yet transformative. So he heals emotional wounds through compassion. He teaches through harmony rather than force. He refines or sort of tunes in emotional intelligence and empathy. So that will bring the balance as well. You know, so instead of us being too empathic, he would teach us that emotional intelligence. And he also brings us to a place of diplomacy or tact and peace in relationships. So his presence, as you may have felt when we did the initiation, his presence is like being wrapped in soft rose light. It's soothing, elevating, and heart opening, I suppose, to explain it. So he works with Archangel Chamuel, which I don't know whether a lot of people have worked with this ray, but Archangel Chamuel is the angel of love, compassion, and sacred connection. And also he works obviously with the pink ray. The essence is unconditional love, peace, and divine union. So he works slightly different. So although again they work on the ray, they work through very similar frequencies, they're different. Oops, someone's just coming in. Um, where have they gone? Disappeared. It was Alketa. I'm not sure what happened. Her name came in and then she went again. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Anyway, sorry. So they work together, but Archangel Chamuel works by healing the heart, by dissolving grief, rather than sort of healing it, dissolving grief, resentment, or loneliness. He helps by restoring inner peace and self-worth. And he works with supporting soul-aligned relationships and reconciliation and helps you feel held, seen, and loved by the divine. So it's his energy is sort of tender, reassuring, and comforting rather than the soothing and elevating. So it's slightly different energy, but together they govern the pink ray. Chamuel heals the heart because he will soften emotional pain and restore peace, safety, and self-love. And then Master Paul, will refine the love into harmony. So once the heart is healed, Paul teaches you how to love and express love through words or art or presence, compassion. So together they work arm in arm to do no harm. So that's how they work together. So and then that way they'll support the healing, the forgiveness, and they really come in to help artists, healers, peacemakers, again as a daily practice. So I've got a few invocations which we'll look at in a moment, but we're going to go into the meditation for calling upon the angel, and then we'll go straight through and work with them together before pausing this week. So we just sort of stay in the energy instead of keep coming in and out. Hello, Alketa, my lovely. Hiya. Lovely to see you.
Hello, hi everyone. Oh my God, I missed it. Was it 6 o'clock, not 7? You can
Yeah,
come. Yeah.
no worries, no worries.
Yeah, that's fine. Nice to meet you, everyone. I'm so happy to
All
see you
right.
guys and be back.
So I'll send the replay straight afterwards so you can catch the beginning. But we're just now working with the Archangel Chamuel. So we're going to go straight into meditation. So just you've arrived just at the part where we're going to sink into this beautiful energy anyway.
The best part. Thank you.
Oh, yes, exactly. The best part. I'm just going to mute everybody. And once again, you can just get settled. And perhaps just take a deep breath just to move your body around maybe a bit so we're shifting from different energy. And this we're going to sit now with the energy where we're calling upon Archangel Chamuel and the pink ray of the divine love. So very gently, you can just take a deep breath in and allow your heart to soften. Oh, there's nothing to strive for here, nothing to prove. You're just entering into the space of love itself, what we all need right now, through all everyone's been through. You're just invited to embrace love and feel love itself. Feel the vibration, the frequency fill up your heart, feed your heart, and feel the love spread through all your meridians out into your aura and through the 7 layers of your aura and out and out. And feel the love going through your veins, through the energy centers, the meridians, into each blood cell, to the bone marrow, through each organ, healing and loving, just bringing love in. And now within this vibration, now within this frequency of love, within this tangible frequency of love, we now invite in the presence of Archangel Chamuel, the Archangel of unconditional love, compassion, harmony, forgiveness, and creative flow. Chamuel comes when the heart feels heavy, when relationships feel strained, when self-love feels different or distant, and when creativity longs to be reborn. Feel his presence arriving gently, warm, tender, reassuring. Allow your body to relax even more. Your shoulders soften. Your chest open slightly. Your breath deepen naturally. You may feel a subtle warmth spreading through your heart center, as though something long held is beginning to melt. Chamuel's energy flows down your spine, dissolving emotional armor, softening places where grief, resentment, or self-judgment may live. Your belly relaxes, your hips soften. You feel supported by earth. You are safe to love, safe to feel. And when you are ready, you notice a soft pink glow begins to appear before you. It forms into a graceful spiral staircase, woven with light, petals of pink energy floating gently around each step. Step onto this staircase now. It lifts you effortlessly upwards, away from emotional pain, away from old stories, into the realm of the pink ray, the ray of divine love and harmony. You arrived at a heart-shaped etheric retreat, floating in a field of luminous rose light. This is the etheric retreat of Archangel Chamuel, a temple of crystal pink flame, a sanctuary of love, beauty, and emotional healing. The air here feels warm and soothing, filled with compassion and understanding. Chamuel stands before you. His presence feels like being fully seen and fully accepted. He looks at you with the eyes of infinite kindness, as though there is nothing about you that needs to be changed to be loved. He gestures to you to come closer, and as you move closer, gently, he places his hand over your heart chakra. A radiant pink ray begins to flow into you, soft and yet powerful, tender yet transformative. This light dissolves emotional wounds. It untangles cords of pain, of blame, of regret. It restores harmony where love has felt blocked. You may feel emotion rising, or peace, or a deep sense of relief. All is welcome here. Chamuel now moves his energy in his hand to your sacral center, the seat of creativity and emotional flow. The pink flame activates here, awakening joy, inspiration, sensuality, creative expression. If creativity has felt stuck, it begins to move again. If love has felt distant, it begins to return, first to you, and then slowly rippling through into your life. Chamuel now places around you a cloak of soft pink light. It wraps around your shoulders gently and settles over your heart, creating a field of compassion and emotionally safety. This cloak allows you to move through the world without closing your heart, protected yet open, protected but able to feel love, protected, but able to love. Now Chamuel offers you a gift. In your hand appears the rose flame, the flame of divine love. You may place this flame into any relationship, memory, or situation that needs healing, forgiveness, or understanding. So take a moment to consider where you wish this flame to be placed. And as you place this flame into a relationship, memory, situation that needs healing, forgiving, or understanding, as you do this, the flame transforms the pain into wisdom, the hurt into compassion, the loss into love. The pink ray of the angel surrounds you, surrounding you in harmony, kindness, and beauty, anchoring this energy into your field, attuning you forever within this love frequency. And Chamuel speaks softly into your heart. You are worthy of love. You are allowed to receive. You are here to create from love, not fear. His presence remains within your heart, and he steps back a little bit, watching with gentle approval. And when he steps back, you feel this rose pink glow in your heart expanding. Now we just say an invocation to also greet Paul, Master Paul, within this light. Beloved Paul the Venetian, beloved Archangel Chamuel, open my heart to beauty, compassion, and harmony. Heal old wounds and soften old protections, and let the current of unconditional love flow through me. Let me become a vessel of peace and kindness. Let the angel Chamuel surround you in the pink light of compassion, safety, and comfort, healing the wounds of your heart, past, present, known and unknown. Release sorrow, resentment, and fear, restoring, knowing your worth and self-love. Whilst the ascended Master Paul refines your heart in wisdom and understanding, teaching you to love with patience, kindness, and dignity, guiding you to express love through your words, your presence, and action. And this filters out through your relationships as you reflect harmony, respect, and divine order. And through this ray of divine love, with Master Paul and Archangel Chamuel by your side, May you embody compassion without self-abandonment, connection without attachment, harmony rooted in truth. As Archangel Chamuel heals your heart and Paul will guide your expression of love, you're able to walk forward in peace, choosing love and living with an open heart. With love awakened, I radiate harmony. And now feeling the energy, the presence of both the angel and the master, wrapping you in their wings, their energy, the color, the frequency. Just feel this energy being grounded within you and through you. And know that this energy, this frequency will remain within your heart. And when you're ready, once more, just step onto the spiral staircase of pink light. And it slowly carries you gently back down, bringing the pink ray with you into your heart, into your body, into your relationships, and into your creativity. You return fully to the present moment, feeling softer, warmer, more whole. And from now on, whenever you feel disconnected from love, simply call upon Master Paul, Archangel Chamuel, and visualize the pink ray surrounding your heart. Love will meet you, compassion will guide you, and creativity will flow through you. And so it is. Thank you. And when you're ready, you can just ground through into the floor, into this moment. And if you like, take a moment to write down anything you feel needed. So I hope we're all feeling all loved up. Wonder who's finished writing. Victoria, my lovely, how was that for you? Sorry, I've not come round to you all before, but the thing is sometimes it's lovely to share all of our experiences, but then we sort of run out of time at the end of it. And even though with that we seem to go, it's been quite a lot. So first of all, how was all that for you, Victoria?
Well, first of all, I'm so grateful that I decided to take this course simply because of the higher intelligence, I think, behind all of this and the sequential, the order in which we're learning these incredible, the last three classes have just been exactly what I've needed at exactly the right time. And as we spoke about just briefly at the beginning, but I realize how much I'm out of balance with the pink flame. You
Mhm.
know, I feel
Yeah.
much more comfortable. Um, I feel more drawn to the more empowering energies because
Mhm.
it feels safer to me. And in fact, during this meditation, this last meditation, you said love is safe. I
Mhm.
think I heard you say that. And I thought, not to me. Love is not safe. It's not a safe thing for me. It never has felt safe. And so I know that I need to work on that and really dig deep because I know that it affects the relationships in my life. And I know that I need to get the balance. The balance is, like you said, the key and the goal.
For sure, because with working with the flame, you will be able to have healthy boundaries, but not
Right.
blocks, not blocking people out and cutting people out of your life. And that will enable you to receive love because you give but not receive. Or when you receive, you don't believe it's possible, something like that. So it will bring that into balance. And then
I don't
you
trust
again,
that love. Yes.
yeah.
I don't trust
And
to receive
then,
that love. I mean, I
yeah.
don't trust the love that it's being sent genuinely and honestly, I suppose. So I question that love. I
And
don't
that's
question it on
interesting
my
because
part
a
because
lot of the thing, yeah, well, just as you said that, because sometimes when we don't feel that, it can also awaken, well, am I loving fully? Because I'm so scared to love. Am I loving? Am I living?
right.
Because
Yes,
sometimes
and I
what we
know that's
feel or what we
yes.
trigger, it's what we feel. Do I love?
Exactly.
If I don't
Exactly.
receive love, am I giving love or am I blocked from love? So it
Am
is
I too
really,
afraid to love? Yes,
yeah,
right. Do I feel too vulnerable? These are all questions that I know the answer to. So that's why I know that I need to work on that because I have the compassion, the empathy, all of that. Love is definitely there.
yeah.
It's my fear of, that's simply why I feel more, I go automatically to the more empowering energies because for me, that's safer. It feels safer for
Yeah,
me.
and you know what? It was funny because today I was just going to focus on Paul, the Master Paul, because there's another lovely meditation which is all about love, but I didn't. I felt like going for the threefold flame, which is a little bit much, but I thought no. And
Oh,
maybe that
I love
is
it.
because we have to, now we've embodied power and love and understanding, we do then have to balance them before we can move forward. But I do
Yes.
feel that now, because sometimes we can learn all these things and be connected, but then we know we have to understand how we can balance them in our lives. Because then once they're balanced, we understand spirituality. So we have that growth and we're able to heal ourselves better because we love ourselves better and we have more healthy
Yes.
boundaries or we understand. So there's forgiveness. When we understand these horrible things that have happened to us on our healing journey, we understand them in a spiritual way, then there's healing, self-love, and it all clicks into place. That
Yes.
healing comes in, and then you're able to enjoy life more, have more balance, spiritual growth, or actual healing. You're able then to perhaps heal others with your spiritual um, translation. I can't think of the word because you can translate the spiritual lessons to others, you know.
Yes.
So,
And that's what I need to work on because it's taken me years now to work on just the self-love.
mhm,
And now I need to work on my relationships in my love for others and
yeah,
how best to support others and at the same time protecting myself
yeah.
which is just exactly what's going
And
on
that's
in
a
my world.
dance, isn't it? You know,
It
it
is.
always is the dance
It's
between,
a
where do you,
delicate balance.
yeah,
Yes, it
yeah.
is. It's a dance. Exactly.
And you felt the presences, did you? I felt all warm during all of this, and now I'm like,
I
oh, cold.
did. I have a blanket literally over me, and I never grab an extra blanket. And I did, in fact, grab one. I was very cold at the beginning. I didn't experience much as far as visualizations, but I did feel the energies, and I saw a lot of, I could see the energies
Yeah,
almost orb-like, and I felt them a lot all through most of the meditations, especially the last one.
brilliant.
So
Yeah,
thank you.
it's funny. I don't actually see with the other masters, I can see them. They've got a different, stronger presence, not stronger, different frequency. But with it, I just see the color. I just feel it. It's a different
Very
experience.
different.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
It's lovely.
Because I couldn't visualize anything at all.
Yeah,
I couldn't. Yes,
yeah.
exactly. So
No,
it was
I
meant.
don't.
It's
I
meant
just
to
feel
be.
the color. I feel like crystal quartz around me. It's hard to
Yes,
explain, but it's not
yes.
like El Moida. I feel him there. And yeah,
Right,
yeah. Um,
right. Well,
And
thank
Lisa,
you.
my darling, how was that for you? You look like you've had a, you just look,
Yeah, no. Um, don't know. It's just, yeah, a lot. There was a hell of a lot. I even heard things being said to me.
yeah,
Um, so I didn't think I thought the flames that I would have needed would have been the yellow, the strength, and the hang on, the yellow and the blue one. But it wasn't. So I could feel my flames in front of me. So
lovely.
I could feel the blue one, the yellow one, and that. This one wasn't as much, but the blue one, but the pink one was really. And then I was hearing, and then it started making me cry. Um, I'm going all red as I'm thinking about it. And it was like saying to me, I haven't got a problem with loving anybody. I've got a
Self-love.
problem with loving myself.
Yeah.
And that hit hard. And but yeah, and then when Paul came in, they both took my hand. So I couldn't
Oh,
see this, but I knew, and I knew what I had a knowing that they was doing it. And I felt like a child that was in a lesson and I was being shown the lesson. That's all I can explain it. It's just,
lovely.
yeah, this everything's all making sense what we've been doing. And today, this is really weird because I didn't know we was going to be working. Today, I felt that I haven't had it for a long time. They're really pulling in my chest. So I don't know as if, yeah, we knew what we was doing today. But yeah, it's definitely better when you're last week I didn't write down anything, but this week I've wrote absolutely loads all down. And yes,
Yeah.
everything just makes sense.
I'm so glad it makes sense because sometimes I've got so much that comes out and I think, does it make sense?
Yeah,
So I'm glad you said that because I think
thank
I've got
you.
so much comes out and I
No,
just
it's
keep
brilliant.
stuff that I don't do because I really overdo stuff and then I think, does it all make sense? So I'm glad it does. And I think also working this, because I was thinking last week, what we're doing is we're going into our space, meditating and coming out and talking and then going back. And I think it's better, uh, uh, just to stay in quiet, write things down and then go back into the space, go
Mm.
back into the meditation. And that way, I think it's a deeper experience, you know. Oh, that's what I felt for this week. Maybe
Yeah,
last week because
really.
it was expression and learning lessons, we were chatting, but yeah, it did feel quieter this week, which
It's
was good.
just opened everything that we've done. I just feel like it's opened different doors of different aspects of your life that you
Yeah.
need to work on. And that's what I feel has really been happening.
Yeah, and I think I know for me this even doing this, which I've been doing a long time, all things that come up. And I thought I worked on that, but it's come back, all these different things. You go deeper and deeper. And that's why I think it's so lovely if you write things down and then keep returning to it. So the booklet's got little short lessons. So you can sit and just, draw on a post-it your three flames. You don't have to make a big, you can just look at them and think, oh, I really need my pink flame today. Let me just invoke the Archangel Jamiel come through, Master Paul come through. Can you just help me with my flame? Thanks. Bye. You don't
It's
have
just
to,
like you're
it just can
checking
be as
in.
casual as that. It
Yeah,
can. me, wearing a piece of jewelry or some ring, something that just every day you do a little thing. You don't have to make a big, what we've been on sort of
Yeah,
2 hour thing of dedication. It is
the
just doing.
Selena. So I will just say this one thing, I won't say no more.
No,
So
you're
I
right,
heard them
darling.
both say, please use us, Lisa.
Oh, brilliant.
And so that's it. I'm not going to say no more. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Oh, you're welcome, my darling. But that is it. It's like with all the spiritual tools we get so much more when we use them. And I love this because it is all about that spiritual growth and balance and enjoying life more. When we come from a place of fear, or anger or grief that we living in because of things that have happened, when we work with them, we still hold on to obviously our life experiences and griefs and disappointments. It's still there. But when we grow the other half or the other flame, we step into at least we feel better inside. It's a healing, you know. Yeah. Um, Missy, I couldn't think of your name for a moment. I was thinking because you've got Zoom user. I was thinking, what name is that? Missy, my darling, how was that for you?
And see me?
Yeah, I've got you.
I I don't know how to explain it. It was extremely bright in here. It's bright in here anyways, but um I felt so cold. Like I felt so warm and then I got so cold after we got out of it. Do you know what I mean? So I felt like definitely something was happening.
And
And
transformation for sure.
yep, and truthfully, I had a hard time with Almora just catching it. And then having today, it all comes together. So I feel much more confident about everything after having the three coming together, or actually the four coming together.
I think also as well, what happens is that because we're all different and we're all going through different things in our lives, we may need. El Moira came into my life like that song, you came in like a wrecking ball. Because it was
Exactly.
like it was really like really strong, but that's what I needed at the time. I think I said on the second week it was like he came in and gave me a kick up the backside. So I
Yes.
think the thing is that when we work with the ascended masters and get the connection, sometimes we'll feel things differently. um, I do feel the same as Victoria. They seem to have run one, two, in succession, but then everybody's individual experience will be different. But then another time in your life, you may think, oh my God, this is happening. I need that El Moira power. So it's lovely, but I'm glad that they're all fitting in together for you.
Thank you so much.
And Gordana, my lovely, how is that for you? Oh, you're muted, my lovely. I'll get everyone to unmute, but you're muted.
I thought it was lovely. It was beautiful. And when you had the three flames, I had three faces in it.
Oh, lovely.
So it was so different. And as Missy said, it was lovely and warm. But at the same time, I'm surprised at Victoria, how she feels, because each time she comes to the circle, she seemed to be oozing love. And she seemed to be sort of projecting so much goodness to everyone that I don't know.
So, but what I perceive that as is just sort of giving out love, but because the heart's blocked with fear, it's a lack of self-love. It's love it is the thing. So it's like it's giving out not a superficial, that's the wrong word, but it's like I love you all, but it's not a total, if that makes sense, energy.
It's just because she's probably been hurt in the past,
Yeah, for
and
sure.
it's hard
Yes.
to brush that kind of thing off.
And
But
trust, for sure.
yes, but
Yes.
what I felt is that was yesterday,
Mhm,
and today she should be herself
mhm,
and accept all the love that she gives to others for herself as well,
for sure.
because she has such a big heart, and it's sort of almost a shame that she can't see it herself. Does that
Thank
make any
you,
sense?
Gordana. Thank you.
You'll be full
It
of
makes
love.
sense.
Be full of love.
Thank you.
And Gordana, what did you feel did you feel the presence of Master Paul, or did you feel more Chamuel? What was the experience with the Master and the angel?
Well, Chamuel that was fabulous, going up the golden stairs and seeing the petals and all that. I didn't see much of the temple, but I felt about this small comparing to him. He was kind of a giant of a man in front of me, and he felt safe and he felt comforting. And especially when he put his hand on my heart, and I thought, your hand is so big, it covers me completely.
Oh, wow. That's lovely.
And I felt almost as if he took his own cloak and placed it over me. And that was really lovely. I felt at that point, yes, I could spend a little bit more time and sharing my love with everyone who is around me and all the people that I love, and sort of get in touch all the time. And then when he gave me the pink rose, you almost felt like something so special and so delightful that you don't often receive a gift like that. And I feel that that rose really represents each and every one with so much love, so much kindness, and so much nurturing that we have learned in the last few days.
Lovely. That's beautiful.
Thank you.
And Lee, my lovely, how was that for you?
Well, the Paul, I felt just here by my hairline. Like last week we did Lord, what was his name? Lanto.
Orlando.
Okay. I felt him at the back of my head in this bone, and this one right here.
Okay.
And the energy was like a very, very pale. All I saw was mist, like this warm, kind of misty, pale, pale pink light. And in your meditation, you were making it deeper pink, but it just stayed the same. The color of rose quartz just stayed the same color right throughout. But it was really, really lovely. It was quite grounding in a way. And then we did the hold on, like all these pieces of paper everywhere. When we did the angel, funnily enough, last night I dreamt. Well, I've been having lots of dreams, but last night there was a red rose in a basket that I was carrying around everywhere. And I thought, really odd. I wrote it down this morning and I thought, so strange. I mean, I never really dream about symbols like that. It didn't make any sense. And maybe it's connected to this. Now, in terms of the angel, you know what it reminds me of? Like, there's this cream that you rub on, like when you hurt yourself. It's kind of like a hot. No, it's a cream
I know what you
where
mean.
it's like a hot and cold at the same time. Have you ever tried that? You rub it on, it goes really
Hot.
cold, and then it goes hot. Well, the feeling I had with the angel, you know what I mean? No? The feeling I had with the angel was an intense, tense, icy coldness.
Yeah.
Which
Me too.
presumably would go hot because I thought it was a bit weird. I'm like, what am I doing wrong here? It's not supposed to be cold, but it was cold. But I didn't feel the same connection as I did to last week's angel. This one seemed a little bit more like, oh, it's you kind of thing. It wasn't like this great, it felt like someone I know, but just, it's hard to describe. But the
Yeah.
thing that hit me was that ice cold feeling.
I feel with it because I think within it, it's like the Chamuel will come through with transformation, and I think that's what's happening, is that transformation.
Oh, almost like burning ice.
Mhm. But when we put ice and we do the hot and cold treatment on a wound, it's because it's
Mm,
feeding it, transforming it, isn't it? It's getting rid of the swelling
mm,
and the
Yeah.
heat and the ice treatment. So maybe that's the same sort of thing.
Mm,
It's hard to sometimes dissect energy or
yeah.
translate what the energy is doing. But I felt the same thing. Everybody else, I was boiling hot, turn the heating down before starting, then it's freezing cold and the layers are gone on. So there's definitely changes of atmosphere and as things are aligned,
Yeah.
perhaps.
Yeah. Because now I'm really hot.
Yeah.
I'm really hot now. Not cold. So yeah, just the change in temperature. Very, very interesting. And I kept then the flames. I keep seeing the flames as a flower,
Mhm.
like a three-petaled flower,
Bit
but
like the
joined
sort of
together with a.
lotus sign.
It reminds me of what's it called, like the trachera, trachera. You know, where you've got those sort of three sort of
yeah,
petals that join. Yeah,
that's how I see it, funny enough. Yeah.
yeah. Except that this one's got a circle right in the middle of it,
Okay.
kind of like a unity thing. I was drawing that. I'll have to paint
Oh,
it.
beautiful.
But thank
Yes.
you, Selena. It was lovely. Really
Yeah.
lovely.
Well, if you Google things, I mean, because you can put in the threefold flame and you can see the different but make sure, because I think some other place put different colors on, but if you focus on the pink and the blue and the golden, you'll see them, but they are very good. And it's just interesting for self-reflection. My one is always the pink one as well. I like Victoria. My one's always which is funny again, but mine's pink one's always the one that's sort of blowing in the wind quite flimsily, and the other ones. And I was thinking, but it's interesting reflection to do because it's something that we don't see of ourselves, and then you think, oh yeah, you need to learn to do that, and they do change and they do grow. I know I've neglected I haven't done the threefold exercise for quite a long time. I used to do it every day, funnily enough, and then I hadn't done it for a long time, and now I notice where I've not been working certain aspects. But then we all go through these changes. But it's interesting to sort of keep a journal and see where we're at. 70% proof. Yeah, it's getting better. Fully inflamed. Oh, but it's interesting. And Alketa, my lovely. Sorry, yeah,
And
we now be with first week we started at 7, but one of the ladies who hasn't made it tonight that in Australia said she could come on earlier, and then we sort
okay,
of
perfect. Perfect. Like
earlier.
going forward, I'll come earlier than I thought it's 7 always, but like, oh my God,
Oh,
today I didn't know what we're talking about today. So, funny enough, when we went for meditation, I started thinking about moments with my husband, like that I felt so happy and like I thought I forgot them. I was like, oh my God. And now that you guys are talking, and for some reason I was thinking, why am I thinking this? Like, why my brain goes there? And I think it's like definitely I need to slow down. It's been so hectic with everything. Today, for example, I said to my colleague, is one of my directs, I told her because I failed fishing testing, which is very important at work. And I never do that. But because like I was so busy and fishing testing is like a test that randomly the technology sends you and you have to pick up that is a testing. It's not
okay.
like someone trying to fish it. Yeah, we do like almost weekly. I never fail that. And today
Oh,
I did. I'm like, oh my God, I have to slow down. I have to start breathe and slow down.
yeah.
And
Maybe we're
today
going back to
it
the first.
reconfirmed.
Right. And
And
also go back to maybe the first meditation, El Moira, because he really
oh, I
helps
love that.
focus.
Selena, I
Have you
didn't
been able
do
to
this.
listen to them?
The second one I didn't, but the first one, Elmora, oh my God,
Okay,
I
brilliant.
loved it. I cried. I cried so much, and I never cry. I mean, I used to cry when I was like maybe younger, but like I cried so
Oh,
much.
that's
I
lovely.
loved it actually. But today I
Brilliant.
didn't know what we were talking about. I can't wait to go back and listen to the
Oh,
full
well, I will get it
session.
uploaded and send it. But yeah, and do the threefold flame as well. And I also think with the threefold flame, although it is getting right into your flame or the sparks you're born with. So I suppose that soul energy, it does seem to change. So I suppose as we go through different challenges, it
Mm.
goes up and down. So it's interesting to check in with yourself every day.
But I
Well, I'm
loved
really
it always.
good.
Thank you very much.
Lovely. Oh, I'm glad
Thank
you've
you.
been able to catch the replays, and
Yeah.
it's nice to see you. I
Nice to
think
be around you, girls. I'm like
Oh, I
so
know.
happy to
I
be
think
around.
Michelle was supposed to come. Fiona was going to come, and there was a couple. And Lisa, I think she's still away on holiday or just back. But it'd be nice to get everybody on at the same time. But
Yes.
it's just nice to see you all, my lovely. Well, I'll put there's also a workbook, so I'll put the workbook in, and what else was I going to say? And has anyone got any questions? Because I never paused throughout the whole till the whole thing. But has anyone got any questions about this or anything that we've been doing? No.
We love it. I love your voice anyway. So it's just
Thank you so
It's
much.
lovely. You're more than
Thank you.
welcome.
Thank you.
Got a really nice
thank you.
meditation, which I'll have to, it's all about seeing the world with love. So I don't know where we'll fit it in at some stage, or we'll have to do some, I'll fit it in somewhere around there because it's a really nice one. But again, is what I said in the beginning, just when you're feeling all overwhelmed with everything that's going on in the world, just bringing in this energy and you will notice a difference. It is really lovely. It is really lovely. Well, keep journaling, keep checking in with your threefold flame, which is what the flame. And
Good.
I shall see you next week at the same time. I look forward
Get
to
one
it.
later. Thank you,
Thank
Bye,
you.
Selena.
See you
Thank
next
girls.
you.
time.
Bye.
Bye.
Good
See you
night,
next time.
everyone.
Bye
Bye.
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 Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.